I hope you're well. So I'm just doing a very quick reading this morning to see what this moon is all about. It's a new moon in Libra that's coming up, starting right now, basically, because the moon is waning, so it's like really dark already. Um, and the only thing they've told me so far is it's about truth, and obviously Libra is about relationships. So I just wanted to see if I can drag any more information out with the cards about what this could be symbolic of. So the first thing is, when I got the pack out, it's got the King of Swords underneath, which is truth, masculine energy. Six of uh, Pentacles was sticking inside the pack, wouldn't come out. So that's also significant. That is about the balancing and the harmonizing. It's the crossing over from the masculine to the feminine. So what they did tell me the other day was made it very, very clear uh, was that the moons, both the new moon and the full moon, are a point of rebalancing the masculine and the feminine energy within each connection. So within each energetic connection, alternatively known as twin flame, if that's what you want to call it. And that means that you feel the other person coming through you in whatever way. So you might have a very light moon where you don't feel much coming through, where, depending on how the masculine's feeling, or you might have a very heavy situation where you're doing a really heavy purge. Depends what's going through them. The rest of the time, they tell me that it's not the moons. So you get like a new moon and a full moon, and they're not just for one day, each of those. They last about, I would say, 6 days, because you've got like a 3 day run up and then a 3 day wind down. It gets strongest at the actual point of full or point of new, but it does last a few days either side. So it's like when the energy starts to build towards whatever moon it is that's coming, it means that you're going to have like a lot of physical symptoms as well. You might feel like surges of energy. You might feel completely worn out. You might need to rest a lot. I would always say drink loads of water, keep yourself afloat internally. Drinking lots of water helps like plump out your tissues and keeps you connected to spirit, because spirit comes in through every single way it can, and your whole body is in use. So if you want to be really attuned to your guidance, you need to drink lots of water just generally to keep yourself afloat in that way. Water, not talking about cups of tea or cups of coffee. They don't count because they've got toxins in. Not that they're completely bad, but it's like you can have that, but just have more the water as well. Lots of water. 3 big glasses in the morning, 3 big glasses in the afternoon. They should see maybe 2 in the evening, or herbal tea, something like that that hasn't got toxins in. That will be enough. So yeah, so there's points of rebalancing now. Just personally, I have noticed that the points around the new moon have got less over the past the new and the full moons. The points of like extreme surges of activity of the masculine energy coming through my psyche, that is my mind, my body, my emotions, my experience, my total experience has got less. This was after what we had a Capricorn, and we had I think it was a Leo. Yeah, it would have been after the Leo. I think the Leo was a really strong one. Then we had a Virgo. That's right. The Leo was a really, 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 really big surge of masculine energy coming through in the form of like, um, it felt like being in a boxing match, basically. It felt like being beaten up emotionally and mentally by what was going on inside of my connected other thoughts, feelings, wanting to run away from the experience of life, basically. So, and then after that, the Virgo one, it just died right down. So all I had was a fleeting, like, notice. I noticed something and that was literally it. I just noticed, I think it was like a thought that led to a sinking feeling, and then that was it. It was gone, and that was all. So it's complete opposite, basically. So it does feel like that he in the physical is getting his shit together in some respect, because um, that's that's an extreme change of what is going through. But I just want to see what this one's like. I can feel the moon already. I'm not quite sure which way it's going to go yet, because I don't know if it's I'm getting some like doubtful thoughts coming through, and some that's obviously leading to a bit of a sinking vibration. And I'm getting some, although I'm skipping back up, I'm noticing the thoughts rather than getting sucked in by them. So I'm keeping afloat, right? Vibration high. Got a lot of curiosity around it though. Now, this thing is what they're talking about to me as well, is that I'm at the end of the cycle, so that means that it's like union's imminent, basically. When you get to that point, they kind of say to you, don't ask any questions, don't, because you push away what you want, because you're in that. If you've got questions, it means you're doubting. Like the little thing I put out the other day in writing, saying trust the divine plan, is what they keep coming back to. It's like, don't question, just trust. And because like every time you question, what you're doing is you're saying you don't believe. And you've got to just believe and let it go and just allow it, because it's out there now. You know what you want. You know what you're getting. You've been told a million times. If you try to ask again and get told the same thing again, it really is saying you don't trust us. So there's that's around for me. So you might be noticing that if you're nearing the end of your cycle as well, you're heading towards your reunion or your union, which a lot of us are, because they're rolling out this new plan starting next year, which is, well, it's not a new plan, it's always been planned, but it's new. It's like a new, it's new energetic perspective. What's that word mean? Like a new energetic prospect, basically, yeah. So it's like everybody sooner or later is going to be ascending and awakened. So they're going to start doing that in like groups of people all over. So it's going to be an amazing. We're going to be very soon. We're going to be living in a really amazing world where more and more people are awakened. So it's just going to be great. And so we're being our cycles are being ended, because we were only the leading edge of that movement towards the whole of humanity awakening. So again, you see that it's like trust the divine plan, because that's their plan, right? It's got nothing to do with like what you think you want and what you think you were here for and what you think you're going to get. It's got nothing to do with a physical relationship with anyone that you've been imagining or wondering about or caring about. Your work as an energetic transmuter and journeying along the path of releasing resistance being the ego, and moving into divine energy, which is pure manifestation energy. So where you become a beautiful creator of your own life, because you're thoroughly entrenched into the fifth dimensional energy and working with that and believing in it and loving it and creating from it. That's what you were about. And the rewards come at the end of the journey in all forms, not just a physical relationship with someone where you started off and you thought that's what it was all about. It's a multitude of events and synchronicities and upgrades and releases that bring you to a point of absolutely no resistance, basically, of being able to match vibrationally with whatever it is you want in your life, whatever it is you want. Beautiful relationship is like only like, a tenth of it. It's like, what else do you want? I'm saying to them the other day, I was saying, I don't know what else I want. I know what I've wanted for so long, you see. It's very difficult to like focus on anything else that I could want, because I've been for so long working towards feeling like this thing that I'm supposed to get is paramount inside of me as the only thing I want. So to form like new ideas is it's been a bit of a struggle, to be honest, but then it suddenly drops away and I'm clear with what they mean by that. And what they mean is it's like, for instance, it's, you know, this, when they say about manifestation, they talk about passive income and stuff like that, and not working for money. But what, people get the wrong end of the stick about it. So I put these down for a minute. People get the wrong end of the stick about it because what they think then is they think, well, I'm just going to lay down on the sofa and do absolutely nothing and money will come to me. But it's not about that. Passive income is like when you're doing things that you love and you're getting money for it. So you create in your mind what it is you would love to do, and then you become that thing, and then the money flows from it. So it might be, oh, I want to be I might want to be a famous artist. So you create visualizations of like opening your show at a gallery, or you know, being like called by certain art collectors, and then these things start happening to you, right? Or you might want to be an actor or an actress, so you visualize getting a call for the role, or getting paid for the role, or screen testing for the role, or meeting that director, or meeting, you know, that writer, and then that comes to you. So it's not like you just lay there and think about money and money comes. Or the green Manalishi, as Peter Green would like to sing about, which has also just been presented to me. Anyway, that's digressing. But it's like you create what you want, right? And then what you want brings the money. So it's that is how you assist yourself in co-creating your life and creating what is a passive income. Because if you're doing something you love, it's passive. It's not working for the man, right? It's not working for the dollar, and it's not doing someone else's drudgery in a life you don't want to have. So that's what they mean by that. So it's like with me, it's for very simple things. It's like I'm decorating a wall today, and I'm like, put out the intention of I want the wallpaper to go up really easily, and and really like work and be the right wallpaper and look nice, and just like life to go smooth and easily with everything that I do. So that's kind of thing they're saying, well, put that out there, and then that's what you want, and then that's what you'll get. And it is proving to be, and it did prove to be yesterday, that with things like that was like, I'm being amazed by what I'm capable of now in terms of decorating this house, because it's like I'm rag rolling a wall, which I've never done before, and I did that the other day, and afterwards I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, that looks like it's professionally done, you know. So it's kind of like I'm surprising myself all over the place with what I'm achieving, through just allowing it, basically, right? So this is what is the end of this journey. It's like, the whole like purge cycle ends, and you just get into this beautiful vibration of where you're creating all the results you want, all of them. Okay, so, and I would like to just say as well that, union materializing, if you want to notice when you get to this spot, if you're there or if you're not there yet, or when you get there, when you're doing this beautiful creator stuff, is that you'll notice how your vibration does affect relations with other people of all sorts. So, you know, the whole narcissism thing that I went through, that a lot of people go through, that ends, but not only does it end, but it transmutes into beautiful people coming towards you, people of a higher energy, people who are maybe also on the path, but you know, it's not like an opening conversation, but it's, you know, energetically that they are, because you can read their energy, and you understand that they're here for that reason, or for, you know, another reason of sharing light and being in good vibration, high vibration. So that reciprocal, energetic manifestation in another human being was just more proof that the union is manifested through the vibration, because it's also in another person. So another reason to not doubt, basically, and stay aligned with what is the divine plan. So what I was going to finish saying about that is that, you know, you think at the beginning you have this journey and it's all about relationship with that person, but as you can see, they've got a divine plan. So the divine plan is moving us all into this state of beautiful creator, or creator of a beautiful life, and we're there. So once we're there, that means they move on to the rest of humanity. All right, and anything negative will start to drop away. So just know that as well. There's all the negative influences that have been out there on this journey, that have been perpetrating false belief, they're going to drop away as well. There's people out there that have been channeling, well, they've not been channeling it, they've been putting out untruths that say that this journey is difficult, that say that was a difficult journey. That's, that's not necessarily untrue, but they say that the twin flames don't come into union, a lot of them. So that's actually an untruth, because this journey takes you towards manifesting your own union. So those people that say that they're going to drop away, they're going to drop away next year, because they're not. That was valuable in the sense that it was a challenge to your belief to hear that. So that's why that stuff was out there, because it was all part of your purge cycle. So it was bringing you into more purge. It was more go down in vibration, go up in vibration, drop belief and then go back into belief. So that was necessary for that. So their work will be effectively cancelled out as well. And because next year, you see, when this goes like large, the plan goes massive, it's going to be different. It's going to be different in the way it's brought about. So people that have journeyed through this purging cycle, it won't be like that for the others. It'll be a lot easier, because it's created already, and it'll be accessible through a clear understanding of what it is and how to manifest it. And it'll be equally as challenging, because people will need to understand that they create and manifest their own reality, but it won't be as lengthy, and it won't be as what am I looking for? It won't require such a low vibration. Basically, it will be more like a straight into a good vibration, and seeing the proof of others' journeys and how that's got them there. Do you see what I mean? To know that is how it works. Do you see what I mean? So they'll see that in others. So it's like everybody that's been on this journey already, all the secrecy, it's going to drop away as well, and everything will be revealed. So people will be coming forward and talking about it, because there's a hell of a lot of people already on this planet that have been through this story, and they will be coming forward and talking about it, and this will be leading others to understanding the journey. Do you see what I mean? So, and that it's real. So the doubt won't exist around it, because clearing doubt is part of ascension. Doubt in that you can be connected to your own source, and that you can manifest through that, because that's what we were taken away from in the first place by religions, saying that we can only connect through the priests, and cancelling out the feminine energy, and saying that the feminine energy was evil, which they did at some point, and taking away the power of the feminine, basically, because it's the feminine that creates. It's love as a feminine. You see, the patriarchy, the religions, they run through masculine energy. It's got nothing to do with love. It's got everything to do with war, money, status, control, disrespecting feminine energy. And that goes whether that's in a man or a woman, basically. You even have to look at that, and you look at the the refusal to acknowledge homosexuality as a valuable state of being, which was also squashed down by the church, right? Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that now, and let's look a bit more at this moon. So, I need to shuffle these. I haven't even shuffled them, have I? So I'll get that one out there. Oops, that's coming out, isn't it? That wants to be known. Let's put that there. I'll get a few more out. Anything else you want to say to us at this time that could be of benefit, useful information? Right, let's see. Anything else you've done here? Well, maybe I'll get a few more out in a minute, eh? Dark and light. You see, I have to say, let's put those out. They are talking the same old story, so I'm not getting a lot of new there. I'm getting here Four of Swords, which is meditation, and Ace of Wands, which is create. So those two things are really important. So the meditation is for your allowance. So you create with your visualization of what you want and picturing it and thinking about it. And then you meditate to allow it. So meditating is where you lose all resistance to all negativity that's going on. So this is in terms of anything you want in your life, basically. So, that's just that one message there. Create, visualize, and meditate to allow. So you need to go to meditate is free space. All right. So it's no mind. There's no thought. There's space around the thoughts, because every thought, and this, you get down to the 9th degree of this. Every single thought is ego, is negativity, right? If you really, really, really want to get scraping down to the bottom of the barrel, that is the truth, because everything that runs through your mind of the old programming and the old paradigm would have been of a negative script, right, which is not allowing creation through the 5th dimensional energy. So your meditation, various stages of utilising meditation to release negativity. First of all, you're noticing the negative thoughts coming in, you're creating space around them, you're becoming aware of them, and then, through that, you're going to switch your thoughts to positives. So you're going to completely change your programming through witnessing your thoughts. So you notice, is that a negative thought? Is that a negative thought? Then you're calling them a negative thought form, right? And then you're not having them at all, and you're having only positive thoughts, basically. Or if you're having a little negative one starting, it's like you can see the thought starting, and then you switch it before it's even like manifested anything. You've got to know your thoughts manifest your reality. So it's not lazy. They don't want lazy manifesting. If you allow yourself to have negative thoughts, you're going to have negative manifestations. This goes down to the smallest thing, right? I was in the shower the other day, and I found myself thinking about something of the past, and it was negative, and it was a judgment. And the next thing, I dropped the soap. The soap fell out of the bath. It just flew across the room, and I had to get out of the bath to go and get it. That was because I had a negative thought. Right, and I nipped it in the bud. But can you see? It's like you cannot say, I'm going to manifest my own beautiful reality and then still think negatively and think that will happen, because it won't. You've got to switch your thought processes. You've got to be aware of when you're worrying as well. Worry is like, got to be eradicated from your mentality. So put that thing on the fridge, like I said. Trust the divine plan. Whenever you notice your mind starting to drag you into the reel of suffering and present you with things to worry about, say that to yourself and let go. So that's that there. Right, and then we've got, because with the moon coming, you see, you've got the masculine energy coming through. So if that's what's going on with that, if that's about worry, then you're going to start to feel that coming through you at this point, is what they're saying. So you've got to know, you will be, it's like you're going to be, when the masculine energy comes through, it's like you're taken over, right? And your thoughts are not your own. Now, this is only at the moons. The rest of the time, this is your shit. So it's like you've got to be aware that you can't say it's all about the masculine energy coming through at every single point of the month. It's not. It's your own worries that you have to clear as well. And the more you practice doing that the rest of the time, the more you're going to be in awareness of what a worry is. And then you're going to be able to like switch it off at the moons when it comes through for them, and soothe it, soothe it with that encouraging thoughts and encouraging uplifting positive outlook. Look on the positive. If a memory comes in and it's trying to trigger a sadness or something, switch it to, there's got to be something in there that you can find positive, even if it was only like the socks that they were wearing on that day, or you notice their eyes look nice or something like that, instead of going on that spiraling into this like chewing on an old like resentment thing that people do, and they chew it over and over and over and over again, and it becomes a really comfortable mode to be in. That's got to be eradicated, because that is a not accurate vibration, right, for happiness. It's you're inviting in more negativity. So that's that, right? Okay, so there we've got, in the middle, we've got wisdom, and we've got the end of the feminine cycle, which is that your worry, right? That's the wisdom around your worry. What you get when you worry is you create more worry. Simple as that. When you think negatively, you create negativity around you. Simple as that. There's no what's the word? There's no excuse anymore, and there is no you can't kind of like have secret worry time, right? You've got to be upfront with yourself, like the truth, right? Is what they're saying about this moon. So you've got to be upfront with yourself. Am I worrying? Oh, yes, I am. Well, I've got to stop doing that. Not like I'm going to secretly worry for 15 minutes and hope I've got away with that and then be all positive and love and light again. Because that 15 minutes, you just created something in your reality with that. There's no time out at the end of this story. There's no time out from like being in positive vibration, being positive mentally. Oh, it's like you build that momentum, right? It's all about momentum. And the more it gets easier and easier, the more you practice it, because it's like becomes you. This is how you create your new program. You create it yourself by changing your the mode that you exist in, right? Your thoughts lead to your feelings. Your thoughts allow your feelings. So you change that yourself. There's no shortcut. There never was. That's why you've been on the journey. Anything that you thought was a shortcut, going to anyone else, calls himself a healer, going to heal you, that is literally a dead end, because you're going to be switched back onto the path to witness your own thoughts, witness what you create through your own thoughts, and eradicate all your negative thoughts, negative beliefs as well. You've got to change all your beliefs at the end of this journey, change them all to positives. And I know that's not, there's things out there that you've got. I mean, I've got a trigger finger at the moment. This, from all the decorating, this finger's going, it's pringing back when I can't open my hand properly. But they're just saying it'll heal, focus on it healing, it'll heal. So I'm just leaving it alone and focusing on it healing. And that's, and trusting it. So that's what's got to be done with things, it's got to be trust. And then we've got movement forward there underlying that, and we've got negativity. So with that, you get movement forward out of negativity, basically. You've got to eradicate the negativity from your beingness. It's not going to eradicate from around you and in your life, from in the external life around you, unless you eradicate it from the inside of you. That's how you create. You create through your inner self, right? So we've got that there as well. That would be in the truth as well, more truth. Then what else have we got here? Justice has come out, relationship, so that's truth about relationship. Opposite that, we've got new story, the Fool, which is 0 point, and on that, dark and light. So again, let me have another one on there. But the truth of relationship, once the dark and light, dark is changed to light, is a new journey. End of the cycle for the masculine energy, 9 of Wands. So once you change, they change. There's no getting away from that. You're connected energetically, so your whole process is about purifying and cleansing your vibration, and through doing that, you're also assisting them in purifying and cleansing their vibration. When the two souls are at optimum vibration, they reconnect in the physical, basically. Now, we've also got here 9 of Cups, which is happiness, and the Queen of Wands, which is power. So power is in your own happiness, basically. Simple as that. And here we've got 6 of Cups, which is reunion, and we've got Knight of Wands. So movement towards reunion comes through your happiness, like the power of your happiness, and cleansing your energy, cleansing your vibration by becoming only positivity in your incarnated state. Is changing your, that's how you change your vibration, and that's how you bring in this union or reunion, whether you met them or not, whoever it is, it's love coming towards you, right? So it's love, it's masculine energy coming towards you in form, basically. It's simple as that. Masculine energy in form, incarnated. So we don't want to pin it down to being like one person or another person. You may, this is like it's a completely separate discussion, but just to like really get that nail on the head in like a few little sentences, basically. Love is love, right? Masculine energy is masculine energy. It can appear through many, many forms in the incarnated state. You have a connection with love, right? That masculine energy, that return to form is coming for you in one way or another. Now, you might have held on to a belief that it's somebody you know for a long, 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 long time. That belief could well have been a part of your journey, in the structure of your journey. Um, it may be that person comes back to you as is. It may be that this masculine energy reforms in another. You don't know until it happens. So rather than um, being in this state of like purging for a particular person, what is required for the vibrational accuracy is a letting go of all of that. Now, you might really know, you might know, right? But you still got to let go, because letting go is required. Because if you're not letting go, it means that you're in a state of not having what you want, basically, in the current, in the now moment. And you've got to be absolutely perfectly aligned with the present moment and happy in the present moment. And that is your power. So you can't have this, I want that person back. You can't have this, when is that person coming back? You can't even have this, I know that person's coming back. Because all of that is taking you out of being aligned with your present moment. Do you see what I mean? So you've just got to give it up to the divine plan. They have a plan, like I said. You think it was all about this plan that you have. They have a plan that is behind that, that is actually the plan. So you just got to give it up to the plan and know that whatever is coming for you is love. And that's it, and let go of all the rest. All right, so, and now you see, if you do that, you get go of loads of questions, don't you? Loads of questions and answers. It stops the purge, basically, as well, because it stops you from fighting against what is in the current moment, which is really what's required, because for that vibration as well. Do you see what I mean? It's all cleverly organised. It's all perfectly organised. It's just organised so that you, in a way that maybe you're that you never expected it to be. You know, that it wasn't. You didn't realise the essentialness of letting go. You didn't realise the essentialness of the vibration. Um, it's like landing a plane. They're saying, right, the vibrational accuracy. It's like having all the switches flicked, so that you can land the plane on the runway, aligned with the lines on the runway, and get, you know, bring it down smoothly and land it safely, and land it comfortably, and arrive in the right dock, basically, you know, and then it get out of the plane and be in the new land that you'll be in, right? And this is like now. So now till the end of the month, right? We've got 3 of Wands there, 3 months till the end of the end of the year. End of the year, end of 2019, 2020. Plan goes huge. So we've got 3 of Wands there, which is October, November, December. That's movement, and we've got transformation, a death card on that. So this is, you've got to allow time as well for manifestations to occur. 3 months. You know, anything up to 3 months, basically. So some will come immediately, and look at everything around you that's changing in your life when your vibration changes, and you'll see that everything is a manifestation. People walk around, right, and they think everything is not about them, and that only the big things are the manifestations. They get caught up in the numbers, the 1111, and they're like, oh, there's, like, you know, they're like, oh, look at that, look at that. But everything is a manifestation. Absolutely everything that you have in your life is a manifestation of your vibration. So you've got to be like aware of that. So look at what it is. It's like maybe you're like, you want a certain thing for your flat or your house or your apartment or whatever, and you walk down the road and suddenly you see it and it's on sale outside a shop, and it's the perfect thing you wanted. It's exactly right. That's a manifestation of your vibration. Could be like you're feeling really great and really high and really lovely and really happy, and you're looking out the window and you see like some form of nature that you've never seen before, that's like, that, you know, it's just really increasing your vibration even more because it's a beautiful thing you're seeing. It's all coming from you, all of it. So this is a transformation, you see, into what is just a beautiful life, right? So momentum has to build. So it starts with the smaller things and it ends with the bigger things. So it starts with the little things that you're looking at having in your life, and then it ends with the big things that you know maybe that are out there, right? And just got to give that up. Those big things, you have to just put them out there in the creative visualization. You create the phone call, you create the text, you create the email, you see yourself receiving that. You see yourself opening your email and there it is. You see yourself looking at your phone and there it is. And then you let go and you give it up again, and you just meditate and you allow. All right, so that's that. And then maybe you focus on the other things, like they're saying to me, what else do you want? What else do you want in your life? What do you want to create for tomorrow? And you've got to be in appreciation of everything for that, loving everything, all of it, and trust as well, and know that the more you love everything, the more you only get what you want. So it's not like you've got to love everything forever, and you're going to be loving all the negative things that are popping out, right? Like the creepy crawlies that you see on the floor or whatever. Because the more you build a momentum towards a higher vibration, a more consistent high vibration, the less of those appear. So it does change, your reality changes completely, right? So that's what you've got to know as well. So it's not like, because some people purge about that. It's like, but I got this, and well, then your vibration's dropped. You've got to trust the more momentum you build, you're not going to get that anymore. That takes time as well, 3 months. 3 months to transformation. Right. I feel like I'm telling people off, but I'm not really. I know I sound like I am. Ace of Swords is communication, new beginning. We've got King of Pentacles, we've got Queen of Pentacles. That's 2 people incarnated, physical beings. And we've got Ace of Pentacles, new beginning for that. So do you see? It's all there as part of this truth that they're talking about for this month, right? This moon, which is that you create it, you've got to build a momentum, you've got to let go of the negativity in your head, you've got to stop questioning around it, you've got to just put it out there and know that it's coming. You've got to release your ideas about what it is when it comes, like a specific person, because that, you cannot have that in your vibration. Because if you do, you're thinking about them. So, the fact that you're thinking about them means that it's bringing your vibration down, basically. And then we've got love come back, we've got completion. And that was opposite. Which one was up here? It was King of Pentacles, right? So King of Pentacles, masculine incarnated, completion in the world, and love coming back to you down there in the 8 of Cups. So as you can see, the manifestation occurs, love comes back. Love comes back in. And then down here we've got that Fool, the new journey, dark to light, and the end of the masculine cycle. So the feminine energy is changing everything into light, and so the masculine energy can finish its cycle. So you do that work internally, and by doing that, that is changing them, and you're releasing for them at the moon. So what's coming through is for them. When they're completely cleared, there's no resistance at all to union, you see. You're clear, they're clear, there's no resistance. The other thing is, and I'm just going to say as well, let me get one of these Ace of Cups, unconditional love. You see, these unions, when they come in, they're not going to be, it's like, you're on this journey, right? You're rolling along on this journey and you're doing this purging and you're thinking, if only this person comes back to me, everything will be all right. And that from the beginning of the journey, right? It's like the one thing that you've got there, and from outside of that, all this other stuff comes in onto your path that you have to deal with, that's got nothing to do with that. Like through the physical lens, it's got nothing to do with that, but it's all to do with that, because what it's doing is all this other stuff that comes in, and it could be family relationships, it can be work stuff, it can be, changing everything dark to light, basically. So it's getting clarity around your family situation, your relationships there. It's getting clarity around work and your relationship to work. So that's another subject completely, but this isn't about, because I get a lot of people coming to me with questions about life purpose. Well, your life purpose is this energetic journey. That's why you've incarnated. Your work in the physical world When people come to me and they want to know about life purpose around that, it's kind of coming at that from the wrong angle, because as you move through this journey, your work will change because you're changing dark to light. So the main thing around work in the physical realm is you're changing from a dark perspective to a lighter perspective. So it means really just your work changing, or you receiving insights around what you'd really like to do, right? And earn money from it. And that's how you change your work. Because like I said right at the beginning, it's about visualizing what it is you want and then moving into that through the visualization and the meditation, because you're creating everything in your life. So it's not staying stuck working in a boring desk job that you don't like, that pays you not enough money to be free. That's basically what it is. It's transmuting that dark to light. And to do that, you have to trust. Because what happens is people hang on to those jobs because they believe it, right? They believe it, that they won't survive without it. Well, if you believe that, then you're going to have to stay there. If you believe, if I let go of this job, something else is going to appear for me that is better than that, then that will happen. This might require a reconfiguration of your whole life. How do you know that that's not going to be a beneficial thing for you altogether? Yes, it might mean leaving a house. It might mean leaving a place. It might mean leaving a relationship. How do you know none of that is going to be better for you as well? Because it probably will be, because you do one thing and it leads to another, it leads to another, it leads to another, and it all changes dark to light. So that is what it's about, life purpose. But really your life purpose is this energetic journey. So you're never out of life purpose, but that is another, you have to see it from that perspective. This is why you've incarnated, right? This ascensionary journey through the twin flame template is why you've incarnated. So to be a leader in that leading edge, to get other people, so where it opens up to a massive, it's like you go down this road and at the end it opens up and it goes massive, and the information's out there because you've experienced this. You created the experience for another human being. They won't have to go through what you went through to get to it because you did that work. So basically, what was I going to say? Yeah, so you're going on this journey, right? You think it's all about this person. You know, if only I was with that person, then everything would be all right. If only they came back to me, everything would be all right. If only I was with them, everything would be all right. And all this other stuff's coming in that you think is, and you just want to push that stuff away because you're like, I just want this thing, right? Get away, get away. But the thing is, this stuff, will you harness changing this to light and transmuting it, your work, your family, your relationships, your friendships, your situation, your your house, your momentum, and you change all that. That is your process, right? And that is what really it's about. It's about coming into becoming this understanding that you create a beautiful life for yourself, right? I've forgotten what I was saying that. Why was I saying that? So basically, why was I saying that? Tell me. I can't remember. So but anyway, you get to the end of the journey and you're in this space, and you've changed so much in your life, basically, that, you know, what comes in around that is, it could be anything, basically, in terms of love. Could be a completely different person, could be the same person. But at the point you cleared everything, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just love that comes in, and love is valuable as it is, right? Oh, I know why I was saying it. Unconditional love. I know why I was saying it. I've got back there now. Okay, so it happens. Right. So yeah, you go through this journey, right, and you're thinking it's all about this person, and that you see at every stage of this where you're thinking, if only they came back and everything would be all right. If only they were in my life, then everything would be all right. Right. If only I didn't have to deal with this shit, everything would be all right. Basically, if they came back at any point, right, earlier on, you would take that, and then you would take it back into the third dimension with you, and you would make it third dimensional. So you would apply negativity to it, negativity that you haven't already cleared by clearing everything else that's coming towards you. Do you see what I mean? So you would apply that back into this reunion. So, and people do, in fact, when they connect, when they're not there yet, and they're not in this space of becoming a beautiful creator, prime vibration, understanding that you energetically reciprocate with what you feel and think and put out there, they do attract it back, and it's not time, and it triggers and it goes out again. You see, so the triggering is meant to happen, and the going out again is meant to happen. The separating again is meant to happen because you have more to clear. So it's also part of the journey. It's never wrong. It's always exactly as it should be, and by the end of the journey, you've cleared all your triggers, right? And you're not triggered even by anything at all. You're laughing at your triggers, basically, laughing at anything that tries to trigger you. And when you've got to this stage, right, when it comes in, the reason this union is so important, and it's different from the triggering stages where it comes in and it triggers you into more clearing, is because when it comes back in, you are in a vibrational state of awareness, right, where you understand that you create your reality through your vibration, that energy is reciprocal, right, so you get back what you give out, and not from a fake state of being, because we are not talking about fake spirituality, right, where it's like, I'm going to put a smile on my face and pretend that I'm aligned with the highest energy and then bitch about someone behind their back when I'm in my private state, right, because people do that. It's like this fake spirituality. It's where you're just in non-judgment about absolutely everything that exists. And that doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. You could be on your own, with no one in your life, because you're also guided to get rid of all the toxic people out of your life, all the toxicity out of your life, and for as far as that has occurred with me, that's everyone. Right? That's all the family, basically. Quite a lot of friends. So, you're guided out of a lot of relationships. So, primarily, I do believe that can't occur. So it's like, you see, you can't have toxicity in your life and being spiritual and saying you're highly aligned and then moaning about that person that's toxic that's in your life, in your, what you're calling your 15 minutes off your being in your ultimate vibration. There's no time off this vibration. It's complete vibration, continual, it's continual manifested creator potential, right, is what they're looking for. So when this union does come in, and it comes in for sure, it's because you're in that state, right? So you're aware of everything that's toxic or could be toxic. You're clearing in an instant toxicity. So it is a very firm boundary against that. It's an absolute no to that. And that state of being, knowing that inside yourself, what is toxic, what isn't, it means that you're not inviting it towards you energetically because you cleared it, right? It's awareness, it's clearing. And that means that these unions come in, they're very highly aligned. Two individuals, both very, very highly aligned with what is truth, what they know to be true, right? And that is what they know to be true in terms of love. So they know what it is, basically, because they've seen and they've experienced what it isn't through everything that was on the path, or the family dynamic, or the wrong relationship, the relationship with unlove attached, the narcissism, all this stuff. They've experienced it, they've witnessed it, they've lived through it. They know that that's what it isn't. And they've cleared through their journeys internally, in their own internal state, in relation to everything that was externally presenting through to them, through their low vibration that had been created in the start by the negativity that was reciprocal to how they were feeling because of their beginnings, their structure and the start of the journey. And then when they come into union, eventually, it's a very, very highly aligned, highly ordained, they kind of want to say, connection in the physical. And when that comes in, it's a whole new journey. You don't go back into the third dimension with it, basically. You don't take it back down to where you started from and bring negativity in and start to bitch about each other behind each other's backs, or moan and complain at each other about little things, because part of this journey is not sweating the small stuff, right? Learning to not sweat the small stuff as you roll along and just be highly aligned despite triggers, so you don't get triggered when you come back together. You're able to see beyond that. You're able to see around behaviors, right? You're able to expand love around everything inside of that connection. So it's a free form connection, right? It's not pinning someone down to a you do that and that will make me happy. It's like you do whatever you want and I will be happy for you, right? But the two stay together because of that, right? So you're not like say telling someone you can't leave me ever again, you can't hurt me ever again, because that's all cleared. Because what will prevent you ever being hurt is to never feel that you're going to be hurt. So there's never any need to say that when it finally comes in. Because why would you? Because you're inviting it in if you say it, right? Or you can never leave me again. You're instantly saying you're going to leave me because you're inviting it in. So there's none of that. You see, it all comes from a clarity, right, around what is love. And the energy of love it's always been there. It's been there from the start. It's why you know that this is going towards that, right? But it's all the other stuff that's got to be cleared that was not unlove. And then you get to this place and you're in this harmonious state of being with this other, and you're the same and you're together, but you're not enmeshed. And then you move forward into a beautiful new life together, right? And then it's a whole different life than you've had, right? So the life that you're going to have is completely different, right? So all these things that you worry about letting go of along the way, like the work, the safety, let go, because you're not going to have them when you get to this beautiful place. They have to go. How can they be with you if you're going to enter this beautiful space where you go create a beautiful life together somewhere else? So let go. There's no point. There's no point hanging on to that fake safety, because there's no safety. All it is fear. What did I want to say? I think that's it, really. So we're heading towards truth. Well, we're in truth, basically, now. It's all about the truth of everything. And that's a lot of truth that I just said there, right? I don't know if there's anything else to say. No, I don't think so, actually. You see, there's clarity. It's just clarity, right? It's just understanding that love is an energy. It's an energy. It's not it's the energy of freedom and non-judgment. When you worry, I'll just say something. Say this. Because when you worry, what you're really doing is you're judging yourself. Right? Because every time you worry about anything, it's saying to yourself you're doing something wrong. Right? So it's a state of unlove. So that's why you've got to clear the worry. You see how it's negative, because it's a state of unlove, because really you're judging yourself and you're saying you're doing something wrong. So it's got to go, right? This vibrational accuracy they keep talking about, you have to have that for vibrational accuracy. There is no sidestepping the process, right, of getting into this vibrational state. You can't have a secret you that still lives in the old paradigm of the third dimension and acts accordingly. You've got to fully enter into this understanding that is your vibration that's required for your impending union, right? So it's like you could be 99% there, but what about that 1% that you still got to clear in terms of what are you worrying about now? Just keep saying to yourself, what am I worrying about now? And check in on it and check you're not. It could be anything, it could be like, oh, I didn't do this yesterday and I really should have done. No, because you don't live in a doing universe. You live in a creating universe. This is one thing they're really teaching me now. It's like, do less. Do less, you'll have more of what you want. Very hard for a Virgo, because I'm a doer. I like to plan my day, make to-do lists, get up in the morning, do things. And they're like, no, you don't need to do all that stuff that you're doing. All you need to do is think about it. It's like yesterday, or there's something else I was doing in the house, and it was quite a complicated thing I had to do, and something that I'd normally hire a man to do, because it involved cutting things, you know, with a saw. And I was like, oh, I've got to do this thing. And but my vibration's so good, right? And I knew what I wanted with the thing. I knew how I wanted it to look. And I did it, and it took less than 5 minutes. It was just like, bish bosh, done. And I was like, wow, look at that, I've done that, and it looks amazing. And they're like, yeah, because you didn't, like, you know, think, oh, I've got to do that, and it's like going to take this long, and it's going to be really difficult, and you just like gave it up, and you suddenly got inspired to go and like lift your arms up and do the thing, and, you know, move your body in rhythm to doing the thing, and the thing got done. So, you know, and that's like how it's going to be now. If you just stay not worrying about things and stay like not focusing on what you should have done, and just focus on dreaming it, basically dreaming your reality into being and daydreaming. Another thing I'm getting, I'll just share a few things that I'm getting, shall I? Is that I'm not, well, I had a very funny dream the other night. When I woke up and I saw those light codes, and then I went back to sleep and I had some really crazy dreams about my connected other. And the kind of dreams that if I'd had those a few years ago, I would have woken up and I would have been purging like hell. I'll just tell you briefly because it was quite hilarious. You see, this is the thing, because I'm laughing about them now. And whereas before I would have been probably got really upset. But I dreamt that he was a male prostitute. and that he was he had like all these business cards in his pocket to hand out to women with his number on. And also I dreamt that I was in his house and I was looking through his drawers, and I found someone's weave, you know, like the hair, like a woman's long hair piece. And it was the same as my hair used to be when I was young, and it was like a clip-on bit of hair that I found belonging to some woman that was one of the women that he was being paid to have sex with or have a relationship with. And I woke up, and you know when you have a funny dream and you wake up and it's like you have like this really horrible feeling. But I didn't have a horrible feeling at all. I just had like I was laughing about it. I was just, because I'm not worrying about anything. And the thing is, people worry about everything on this journey. You think like it's a journey to higher self in human form, right? That's what it is. So there's nothing to worry about at all. Nothing to worry about and everything to rejoice about. Right, and that's that. I'm going to go now. All right, lots of love, and I will see you some other time. Bye.